Cold weather across the central and eastern half of the nation, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. The temperatures won't be as cold after tomorrow morning, but still a bit of a chill. At the moment, we have some high clouds around us. Temperatures are in the 30s and 40s, 43 right now at Kenner, and even a slight breeze, 8 miles an hour, does give us a little bit of a wind chill, feeling more like the upper 30s. We're well into the 30s on the North Shore. No one freezing just yet, but boy, we're getting awfully close, even at Laplace, down to 34 at the moment. Again, not much of a wind, but even a little bit of a breeze with temperatures 30s and 40s does make it kind of cut into you a little bit, making it feel a bit colder, especially at a lakefront with 15-mile-an-hour winds. Now, at the moment, it's just these high, thin cirrus clouds. If that's all we see through the night, then we'll still see kind of optimal conditions for temperatures to cool. If we at any time see kind of a denser cloud deck, that acts a little bit more as a blanket and would prevent temperatures from just bottoming out, which is why our 20s on the North Shore with the pipe type protection weather, that is worst case scenario. Hopefully, even if we do get to the 20s, we don't stay there for very long. But this will be the last threat, at least going forward for the next several days. This big upper low that we're watching and a system coming out of the Rockies, these will combine to bring us our next weather maker, and it will bring in snow and for us rain. No snow, no wintry weather expected. Already starting to see some snow and kind of a rain sleet mix across parts of New Mexico and western Texas. That is the system that'll be headed our way. But again, as far as winter weather goes, it is not coming anywhere near us. It'll stay well north of us. Now we'll start to see an increase in cloud cover throughout the day tomorrow. May start out with a little bit more cloudiness, especially with these lingering clouds, but definitely getting a little bit thicker through the day. We'll start to see some scattered showers late in the evening. Most of our rain coming in during the early morning hours of Friday. Not anticipating severe weather, but some heavy rain is possible. We're also going to briefly get into this warm air sector right around the same time we're getting some of the heaviest of the rainfall. This little warm sector south of the warm front could send us into the mid-60s in a few locations. So we will see kind of a briefly mild period and a wet start to our Friday, but don't let that fool you, because right behind this system, as we start drying out afternoon, temperatures immediately start dropping back into the 40s. So we stay chilly most of the day today. Highs may be at around 50 degrees. Late tomorrow night and after midnight, that's when the temperatures actually start rising well before daybreak. We get into that warm air sector, so early tomorrow Friday morning, we're in the 60s before we drop right back into the 40s by the mid to late afternoon. So that brief warm up is only early in the morning. And as far as the snow goes, it is not going to be terribly far to our north, and it is going to be a significant snowstorm for much of the deep south, just not the Gulf Coast region. In fact, we're looking at some decent accumulations from Texas across Arkansas, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, into Tennessee and toward the East Coast. Some of the highest totals based on the GFS could be near a foot of snow in southern and central Arkansas. So not terribly far to our north, a far more significant ice and snowstorm. We would never want to have to deal with ice, and we kind of know how snow goes here. It usually is more of a headache than anything. So kind of glad we're not dealing with it. We'll have another hard freeze tomorrow morning on the North Shore. Then we'll get rid of the hard freezes. Temperatures dropping again by Friday. We stay chilly, but maybe some light freezes north of the lake this weekend and into next week.